Under the Hood is back. I'm Devin Connors, and today I'm sitting down with some of the audio team to chat about how we make cars in Rocket League sound incredible. Season 10 is underway, so what better car to focus on than one of the hottest hatches of all time, the Volkswagen Golf 2 GTI. I have Mike and Carson here with me to talk us through the process start to finish, from recording out in the field to the final engine audio you hear in game. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys.
Yeah, of course.
Happy to be here.
Yeah.
So how has engine audio development changed for us over the last 7+ years?
So when the game first came out, we used a physics-based system that was only using the physics of the cars and was not really emulating what a car engine would do. So over time, we rebuilt the system, modeling gear ratios to actually try to make the engine sound much more real.
So when we're designing engine audio for a car like the Volkswagen GTI, what's our approach to that like?
Well, for something like the GTI, and we were able to find, luckily for us, a really great sounding version of that car, and we were able to go out and record it.
You know, Carson, I would love to see footage of us recording that engine audio.
Luckily for you. Oh hey, today we're obviously under the hood, and we're recording a Volkswagen Golf GTI Mark II. We're going to be taking you through the process of recording the car and how we implement it in the game.
The first GTI that we have here is essentially stock. It's had a little bit of modifications done to it. And then the next version we're going to record is a fully upgraded version of this car that's basically been straight piped and turned into a race car. So you'll definitely notice sort of a quote unquote sound upgrade.
And this is really helpful for us when we're going into the game. We have a tier 1 and a tier 2 of this car. The tier 1, which sounds a lot closer to how you would expect the car, and then a tier 2, which is a full-out race car, and that feels really good in game.
A lot of these microphones are selected, obviously A, for the way they sound, but B, also for their sound pressure level handling capabilities, if they can't handle the sound pressure. But for the most part, these mics can handle really, really loud cars. We have mics on the intake, on the engine. We're running mics in a bunch of different perspectives for the exhaust. We have close mic, we have mid mics, we have one that's way back. And then we have an ambisonic mic that's actually in the interior of the car. And then we'll go through and sample different RPM loops. If you were making a musical instrument sample set, it would be the equivalent of telling a trumpet player, all right, hold middle C as loud as you can for 5 seconds. And then, all right, now drop it down to B flat and hold that for 5 seconds. But instead of, doing musical notes, we're doing RPM intervals with the car. 1750. Good. 25. That is a wrap, my friends.
Back to you in the studio.
God.
So once we're back in the studio, we are able to open up the session, get everything synced up, and then start mixing it and kind of doing any processing we want and any compression and distortion to try to make it sound more fun in the case of the tier 2. So here is one of those ramps. They're fairly long, but which is really helpful when we get to the granular part of this. And then once we're done implementing it, we can test it in the game, see how it feels, possibly go back through the process and change anything that needs to be tweaked to make it feel more alive and like a better car. And then at that point, ship it, release it, play it in the game.
Good.
Yeah, it was really cool watching that entire process out in the field. As audio pros, what are your goals when you're designing audio for a game like Rocket League?
So Rocket League is an interesting balance between a competitive game and also a fun, casual game. And so finding that balance and finding what is fatiguing when someone's gonna put in 8 hours plus a day, or they're gonna spend 20 minutes playing, they both need to have a great experience.
Well, and there's a lot to account for, right? I mean, you have the crowd audio, you have the car audio, You have the ball audio, which is really important.
Yeah, there's a lot of audio cues happening sort of simultaneously during a match. For us, we sort of approach it as using audio for player feedback, and then also it's just got to be entertaining. We want it to sound good, we want it to sound fun. So it's a mixture of, entertainment and feedback, and we just want to give the player sort of the best experience we can and the most entertaining experience we can.
Thanks, Carson and Mike, for taking us on that epic audio odyssey. We can't wait to hear your thoughts on the Volkswagen GTI, so be sure to share your feedback with us on the subreddit and in Discord. If you want to see more content like this, hit the like and subscribe buttons below, and we hope you enjoy Season 10.